Hi everybody, Angie here from Direction, mindful coach, psychotherapist and workplace mediator. We're doing the stress week. I don't know if you've been watching it, but we've started it on Tuesday there. We're going to do it all this week, all next week. Tips, techniques, ideas, videos. We've got a meditation video. We're going to talk about resilience. We're going to talk about how to support ourselves, and we're going to talk about how to support others. I think one of the things for me when it comes to my own stress and anxiety, one of the really important things is what I've learned throughout the years is actually to have good boundaries. We're always saying yes to people and sometimes putting ourselves 5, 6, sometimes even 9, 10 down the list, and I think we miss that. And what happens is, through whether it's days or weeks or even months, we can feel quite depleted. So it's about how can we kind of balance that for ourselves, plus also give to others, but also how can we balance it without feeling almost bad or guilty and give to ourselves as well. And I often say to people, see yourself as a car. If you're not filling up, you're going to only end up doing 10, 15, maybe 25 miles in a day. If you keep filling up and restoring, whether it be breaks, lunches, time out, reading a book, getting outside for 5, 10 minutes a day, resting, having good sleeps, all of this, it's all about putting diesel in the car. And I can tell you right now, you will go longer than 25 miles. You can easily go 100, 125, 50 in a day if you keep every hour and a half, every 2 hours adding something to it. But what am I wanting to talk to you about today? I want to talk to you, I've just put my timer on so I'm not taking up too much of your time. Assertiveness. It's really difficult when we're talking about stress, we're talking about boundaries. And some people absolutely are assertive, but what happens when we're not assertive is it can deplete us, and it can deplete us every time. So if you look at the spectrum here that we talk about within assertive, and we do this in our assertiveness course as well, if we're looking at being passive, being passive itself can actually drain us of energy because we're thinking about, maybe we're wishing about what we could have said, what we could have done, and maybe sometimes what we're doing is building up resentment. We're wanting to withdraw from that person or that group, that team. So passivity, and we're not standing up for ourselves, so it's also about self-respect. So that's passivity. The other one here for me is manipulation. So it's a curious one, that, because I don't think that's definitely not always done consciously. But if we think about it, if we're communicating, if I keep saying to somebody, gosh, it's hot in here, it's hot in here, it's hot in here, and actually part of me wants them to get up and open a window or turn the heating down or open a door, that in itself, I'm unconsciously getting somebody to do something for me without being direct, really. So it's not that open, it's not that honest communication, and only with an open and honest communication can you build authentic relationships, real relationships, feel more comfortable, but actually you're not building up that kind of resentment for you. And when you're open with your communication, people will learn to really trust you, know where they stand with you. So that's the manipulation. Of course, on the other side of this spectrum of the assertiveness is about aggression, isn't it? It's about being really angry about things maybe you've not communicated well. It's not about, for me, clear communication isn't about blame. It's not about their fault or even your fault. So it's not about giving yourself a hard time for it, because it's so easy, that wee voice inside us, that lovely inner critic, when we're going through stressful times and we're maybe a bit more irritable, a bit more nippy. Certainly I am. If I get overstressed or a bit anxious, we can be much more reactive. And if you missed our meditation video, go and do that, because the more you do that, the less reactive you'll become, and the more be able to respond and ground yourself. So being aggressive is closing off communication. What you're doing is pushing people away, you're withdrawing yourself, and you're creating this barrier, whether that's at home or in groups of people that you work with, whether it's networking and teams that you work with. It's so important for clear, authentic communication. And again, people will know where they stand. If they find you aggressive, if you're communicating in that way, they're just not wanting to be around you. So that's the aggression. So we're going to look at the pendulum. If you think about it as a pendulum swinging in a clock, you're looking for this bit here, this assertiveness of, it's not about saying I want, I will you do. It's about, so, it's showing that 75% of our communication is non-verbal. So you'll also be picking up messages from me in the video of my body language. I'm aware that I'm talking a wee bit faster because I'm on video. So of my breathing. You'll be picking up things from me. Some of you may like me, some of you won't. And that's what happens in our human interaction. I'm just going to carry on. Our human interaction all the time is that we're picking up things so much non-verbally. So it's about being assertive as well, non-verbally as well as verbally, having good eye contact, comfortable eye contact, and actually stating maybe your needs or your wants or what you would like done just really clearly, and turning around and just kind of being out there. But we don't have to have an edge to our voice. It doesn't have to be firm, it doesn't have to be challenging, it doesn't have to be stern, but kind of also welcoming, and also this video is just flip chart falling, timer going off. But do you know what? These things could have cost me strength. Honestly, it totally isn't. I'll be honest with you. I'm actually laughing a bit because I just think this is life, isn't it? This is life. So whether you're in Tesco's, whether you're at home, whether you're at work, whether it's with a colleague, be assertive, but be assertive not just for yourself. Be careful of your delivery and how you're delivering it. If you want any definitions of assertiveness, it's up there in the comments section. It's so useful to be consistent with assertiveness. That's really important. When we're inconsistent with it, people won't know where we stand, and it becomes tiresome. It takes a lot of energy from others and also from ourselves. And it's really great to establish a good assertive communication and good boundaries when you're looking to be healthier with looking after yourself and managing your stress. It's so mega important. I hope that's helped. I'm going away I think I'll go away and have a drink of water. Then I'll pick up my flip chart. Okay, thanks so much. And I hope to see you again for our other lives and our other resources we're going to post on LinkedIn. Thanks very much. Bye-bye. Bye.